Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Sri RMJ Group of Schools, we welcome you to our online learning initiative Ekalaiva. Hello students, welcome to the online English learning for class 6. Now you are going to learn the fifth part of your prose lesson The Tempest by William Shakespeare. A recap of part 4. Prospero, with the help of Ariel, makes Ferdinand and Miranda meet. They become fond of each other, which is a part of Prospero's plan. Prospero commands Ariel to find Antonio and Alonso and bring them to his place. Antonio and Alonso are wandering in the forest and they are very thirsty and hungry. Alonso was very worried because he thought that Ferdinand would have drowned. Now we have understood that Prospero has brought Antonio, Alonso, and Ferdinand to his island. He has made Ferdinand and Miranda meet, and they become very fond of each other. Prospero wants Antonio and Alonso to realize their mistake and the injustice they have done to him. He has a plan for it. Prospero reveals his plan to his loyal spirit Ariel. Ariel immediately rushes to execute the commands of his master. Let's continue after this. Antonio glanced around uneasily. The jungle was an airy place full of shadows and whispering voices. Antonio looked around the jungle uneasily. The jungle seemed to be a strange and a frightening place. He could see shadows and hear whispering voices. We all know that this is not an ordinary island. It is the magical island of Prospero. And surely the jungle on that island is going to be strange and frightening. Let's see what Antonio is talking to Alonso now. Just a little further, my lord, he said. I see a clearing not far ahead. Perhaps we'll find a spring of fresh water there. Antonio is telling Alonso. Just a little away, there is a clearing. A clearing is a place in the forest that has been cleared for growing crops. Antonio is saying there is a clearing nearby, and if we go there, we may get some fresh water to drink. The thought of water urged Alonso to his feet, and together the two men stumbled towards the edge of the clearing. Though Alonso was very tired, he needed water very badly. So immediately he got up, and both Alonso and Antonio together stumbled towards the clearing. Stumbled means they tripped as they walked because they were very tired. Both Alonso and Antonio walked towards the clearing, hoping they will get some fresh water to drink. Like a mirage, in the middle of the clearing stood a long table piled with food and drink, golden platters of meat, baskets of bread, and golden jugs of wine. When they reached the clearing, they saw a long table piled with delicious food. There was golden plates of meat, baskets of bread, and golden jugs of wine. Now, Alonso and Antonio are very much surprised. They didn't expect to get such delicious food on this lonely and scary island, and they were wondering what they were seeing is real or is it an image. Alonso and Antonio hurried towards it, but before they could reach the feast, there was a dazzling flash of light and Ariel appeared. Alonso and Antonio hurried to take the food, but before that, there was a bright flash of light and Ariel appeared. He hovered over the table in the shape of a harpy. Ariel flew slowly above the table in the shape of a harpy. Now, Ariel is a spirit. He can change into any form. And Ariel is now in the form of a harpy. A harpy is a monster with a human head and the body of a gigantic eagle. You can understand from this picture the form of Ariel. Now, Ariel is in the form of a harpy. A harpy is a monster with a human head and the body of a big eagle. Now, let's see what is Ariel going to do. Alonso tried to snatch a jug of wine, but the harpy hissed and slashed at him with its bronze talons. Alonso tried to take a jug of wine, but the harpy made a hissing sound and attacked him with its bronze talons. Talons are long, sharp, curved nails on the feet of some birds. Now, Alonso is trying to take a jug of wine, but the harpy is not allowing him. The harpy is troubling him. Foul spirit, why do you trouble us? Antonio sobbed. Now, Antonio is starting to cry. He is saying, Foul spirit, why are you troubling us like this? For your betrayal of your brother Prospero and niece Miranda, the harpy screeched. The harpy immediately replied, For your betrayal, for cheating your brother Prospero and your niece Miranda, you are being troubled like this. You and King Alonso set them in a boat and left them to the mercy of the ocean. Both King Alonso and Antonio had set Prospero and Miranda on a boat and left them in the mercy of the ocean. Now the harpy is reminding what Alonso and Antonio had done to Prospero and Miranda. Prepare for your punishment. Get prepared to get punished for it. Alonso and Antonio stared in amazement, wondering how the spirit had discovered their guilty secret. Alonso and Antonio are surprised. They are wondering how a spirit on this lonely island got to know their dark secret. Both Alonso and Antonio betrayed Prospero, and they left Prospero and Miranda on a boat at the sea for them to perish, isn't it? But now this is being revealed by a spirit on this lonely island, which really surprises both Alonso and Antonio. Let's continue. What is going to happen after this? They expected the harpy tear them into pieces. They thought the harpy is going to tear them into pieces, but instead it faded into a cloud of tiny lights that swirled like specks of dust floating in a beam of sunlight. But the harpy turned into tiny lights and started rounding in circles. It appeared like specks of dust floating on a ray of sunlight. The harpy suddenly turned into tiny lights and started swirling, started going in circles, and it appeared like small bits of dust floating on a ray of sunlight. The two men felt themselves fall into a waking sleep and heard a voice speaking to them out of the cloud. The two men, when they saw the harpy turn into tiny lights and round in circles, fell into an enchanted sleep. Now, who are the two men here? Both Alonso and Antonio. When Alonso and Antonio saw the harpy turn into lights and round in circles, they fell into an enchanted sleep and they could hear a voice out of the light, out of the cloud of light. Come, it said, follow, follow. It said, come, follow, follow. From all over the island, the crew of the wrecked ship came to gather on the beach near Prospero's cave, drawn there by magic. By this time, the sailors of the ship all gathered together near Prospero's cave. They were all brought there by magic. The sailors rejoiced to see friends they thought had perished and gazed about in wonder. Had the storm only been a dream, or were they dreaming now? The sailors were extremely happy to see their friends. They thought their friends would have drowned and died. They were very happy when they saw everyone alive and safe. They were wondering, was the storm a dream, or what is happening at present is a dream? For there was their ship, undamaged, anchored close to the shore. Their ship was standing there, undamaged, anchored close to the shore. The sailors laughed and scratched their heads, unable to believe their luck. The sailors laughed and they were unable to believe their luck. With this, we come to an end of the fifth part. We have understood that Prospero has brought Alonso and Antonio to his cave, and all the sailors have reached the cave of Prospero. In the next part, we are going to see the meeting of Alonso and Antonio and Prospero. What will happen when they meet? And how is the story going to end? Let's wait for the final concluding part of the story. Thank you, children.